What's up? What's up? What's up, tribe? Uh-oh. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, JJ from the BK? Hey, Ariel, dear. How you guys doing? Oh, thank you, Ariel. I can't see the comments on the chat, so I'm looking on my phone. Hey, Tommy, what's up, boo? Oh, okay, you guys popped up now. Hey, how you doing? Y'all, I just want to play around a little bit with this StreamYard and see what everybody's doing on this Saturday night, honey. Hey, Shakira, how you guys? How you doing, babe? I'm trying to figure out. Y'all know I'm still trying to figure out all this stuff on here, how to do all this stuff. Let me see something. Let me see. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, well, I'm glad you caught me. I'm doing an hour and I'm getting up off here. I'm not going to be on here long. Y'all. Because I got a couple of videos I got to get to tonight. Lady T, let me tell y'all something, Lady T in the room. Lady T, that artwork that you did for QB was wonderful. It was great. It was good. It was so good. I saw the intro, I saw the outro, and then I saw his banner art. It was so good, Lady T. And actually, that's one of the things I do want to talk to you about. I know I said that I was going to hit you up, and I didn't. Charge it to my head and not my heart. I still got your email right here. And every time I say I'm getting ready to email you, either I don't have the email in front of me, or I get sidetracked. But I'm definitely going to email you because I do want to talk to you about some stuff. And I know you said you wanted to talk to me. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, Lady T did that. She did that, y'all. I'm serious. If y'all, what's up? Hey, girl. Hey. If y'all have not seen her artwork, y'all go. Is the video still on your channel, Lady T? The video you showed this morning? If y'all, she did a video. What was it called? Something dealing with I don't remember the name of the video, but it's probably the last video she uploaded. So y'all check out that video she did so y'all can see all of what she did for QB. It was good. I liked it. And I liked the way you edited his music in and all of that. It was great. It was good. So I hope that a lot of the content creators hit you up and it helps build your brand. I know you're doing, your own content, but that's definitely a talent there because I don't have that talent. Y'all can tell by looking at my videos. That ain't my talent. Editing and all of that stuff, honey, that ain't my talent, child. That ain't my talent. I tried to edit a video one time and I ended up deleting half the damn video. I still don't to this day don't know what the hell I did. So that is not my talent, okay? That is not my ministry. That is not what the Lord blessed me with, okay? And I could probably, well, thank you. What's up, Tiana TV? Thanks for the love. And I could probably take a class or something to figure all that stuff out, but let me just be real. I just have not. I have not put that much effort into. Y'all, I'm trying to play around with the stream, y'all, and figure some stuff out. I need to figure out, and I keep meaning to ask you, El Teddy. What's up, Dark Chocolate? I'm going to ask you offline, El Teddy, because I don't want y'all to think I'm stupid when I ask the question. Oh, something I'm trying to figure out how to do. Y'all going to be like, what? You can't figure that out? And I'm going to be like, nope, I can't figure that out. You more into graphics? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm still playing around with editing. I said I really wanted to, I was going to work on editing this summer when I was off work. But then my computer crashed. So I didn't have my computer and I didn't want, I was actually borrowing my mom's computer while my computer was getting fixed. And so I didn't want to put a whole lot of work, a whole lot of stuff, download a bunch of stuff on my mom's computer and do all that just to have to delete it and all that. So I just didn't do it. I just ain't do it, honey. The devil was working. But yeah, so, I had a great day, I was fooling with my little brother last night till about 2 in the morning. What time was it? We got off that live at like 1 something. Ugh. And then I had to be up at 6 this morning because I was doing some community service this morning. We were making lunches and toiletry, hygiene, like toiletry bags for the homeless. I did that this morning, and then I went to see the movie Harriet, and then I went to lunch with I went to the movie with Mink. If y'all watch my podcast or listen to my podcast, y'all know who Mink is. So me and Mink went to the movies to see Harriet, and then we went out to lunch. So by the time I was on my way home, honey, all kinds of stuff had been going on these YouTube streets. And so I came home and took me a nap. I said, I ain't got time for that. I ain't entertaining that. I took me a nap. And then I just checked out my mod, Captivating Christian. You guys have probably seen him on my channel or on El Teddy's channel. He's one of my mods. He's one of El Teddy's mods. He just did his first live. So he popped his cherry tonight, y'all. And it was pretty good. His channel is dealing with politics. That's what he's building up over there. He his undergrad degree is in political science, and that's where a lot of his interests lie. So and definitely right now his channel is going to be revving up, going into high gear of the election season, everything going on with the impeachment. He'll definitely have a lot of content going on over there on his channel. So definitely check him out, you guys. Y'all check him out. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. So earlier today, if y'all were over in El Teddy's chat, he was talking about there's a video that I didn't realize the video had gone viral until El Teddy picked up on it. There was a situation here at a local high school where a teacher pretty much beat the brakes off of a student. It made the local news here because it was, like I said, it was a local high school. So I watched the news report, and what was said was that the student was upset with the teacher because the teacher had called her parents. And so the student was upset, and the student had confronted the teacher the next day at school. And what El Teddy was saying was, well, you see the video, clearly something had happened before this video started. And you could see, because the people already had this particular student who videotaped it already had the video out, and the student stepped on the teacher's foot or something like that. So here's the thing. As a teacher, let me explain a few things, especially on a high school level. If the teacher had called that child's parent on a high school level, that already means that there was something going on. Teachers on a high school level don't just call parents willy-nilly. Let's be clear. It is just not a willy-nilly. You teach too, Lady T? I didn't know that. Okay, I did not know that. Hey, Raphael. And like I tell my students and I tell my parents, let me be clear about something. If I take the time out of my free time to call your parent when you are in high school, clearly you have done something egregious enough that I still remember what it was when you leave. Yeah, does that make sense what I'm saying? If you did something at 10 o'clock in the morning and I don't get a chance to call your parent or email your parent until I sit down either on my lunch break, my planning period, or after school, you did something egregious enough for me to remember it. So if this teacher had called this child's parent, I don't know what the child did, but the child had done something egregious enough for that teacher to remember to contact that parent. I'm just telling you from where I sit, what I know. Now, plus let's also remember we are only in the 3rd month of school. So if you calling, like right now, I'm calling parents, and most of the parents that I'm calling or emailing are students who failed first quarter, got a D first quarter, or have some sort of absence situation, whether they're cutting class or being late for class or whatever. It's not just no willy-nilly, let me just call a parent because I don't have nothing better to do. I'm just going to be real with you. Okay. Dance class. You're nominated for the Board of Education in your city? Really, Lady T? Well, look, good luck with your campaign. And that's all the more reason why we need to talk offline. I got a couple of questions, but I don't want to ask you too much personal information on here. But we'll talk offline because I'm curious about some things. But good luck to you with your campaign, boo. All right. If you were in the area, I'd work on your campaign, child. I'd work on your campaign because I've done that. I've worked on campaigns. I worked on some winning campaigns. I worked on some losing campaigns. You know, it is what it is. But we'll talk, girl. But yeah, so I don't know what this child did to warrant. What's up? It's just Shay. I don't know what this child did to warrant that phone call home. But then the next day, for the child to come back to school and call herself confronting the teacher. Oh, that is okay, Lady T. We'll talk. Tomorrow. I'm free all day tomorrow. The only thing, I'm not doing nothing tomorrow but watching football. So I'll be here. I'll be home all day tomorrow. So matter of fact, I'm gonna email you as soon as I get off this live. But yeah, so the student then confronted the teacher. Now, again, what El Teddy was saying was something must have happened. They said that the student slapped the teacher and the teacher returned the slap with an ass whooping. Okay, but here's the thing, Dark Chocolate, true. Here's the thing. Something must have happened prior to where we saw the video start. Because like El Teddy said, the video camera was on, which means that student that was filming it must have seen something that made that student say, oh, hold on, something about to go down. Let me get my phone out. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just... And I mean, even as much as these kids are on their phone, they don't just walk around waiting for something to happen. Not in class. Like he said, you ain't supposed to be on your phone in class. So that's, so for the student to take their phone out and have it ready, there must have been a verbal back and forth, a threat. Something already happened to put that child on ready. Y'all know what I'm saying? Now, I am in no way, shape, or form. Hey, Miguel, how you doing, boo? I am in no way, shape, or form defending bad behavior on either side of this equation. However, I think people forget that teachers are people too. We are not robots. We have feelings. We have emotions. And I'm not defending bad behavior. However, you poke, and you're going to get poked back. And they said today, I saw an update to the story today where that teacher is being charged with child abuse and assault. And the teacher was arrested and is being charged with child abuse and assault. So it's serious. It's not a, it's not a jokey joke. Hold on. Oh, okay. Right, Dark Chocolate. Yeah, what happened before the video started rolling? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all. The comments aren't coming up there, so I'm trying to read the comments. What was said by a student on the Twitter was the student asked the teacher to change her grade. The teacher said, you'll have to get your parents for that. The student then proceeds to follow the teacher around the classroom, trying to get her to listen to her. Well, on the news, and the students probably have the right version, so let me say that. But on the news, they said that the student confronted the teacher after the teacher called her parents. Now, let's be clear. The student's version is probably the real version. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, Captivating Christian. Well, hey, boo. I was just telling him about that you popped your cherry tonight and did your first live, and it was good. I enjoyed it. So if y'all are not already subscribed to Captivating Christian, y'all go ahead and click that subscribe button because He is going to be bringing y'all some good information, some good content, especially moving into this election season. I know that everybody is not like myself, who is a political junkie, and I find all things politics interesting. It's like an aphrodisiac to me. It turns me on. But I understand everybody doesn't feel the same way. But moving into this election season, you can get, and he does quick videos. So you don't have to sit through a long, hour-long video about something going on in politics. He gonna get in and get out. Get in and get out. So if you're not even if you're not a real big political person, you can go and subscribe and catch his videos because he gonna give it to you. He gonna give you the boop, 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 bam. Now you got it. You see what I'm saying? Boom. You don't have to listen to, 20 hours, of MSNBC like I do. You can just go get it from Captivating Christian. Hey, what's up? It's Letitia. Hey, Cyber Diva. I said Cyber Diva. Cyber Diva. How you doing, babe? Why is it that people always think it's okay to abuse public servants? Then they want to get mad and react. And Shawnette, I said this the other day on my live when I was talking about that double standard that we have for teachers. On one hand, the first thing people say to me when they find out I'm teaching is, oh, thank you so much for what you do. Oh, I couldn't be a teacher. Oh, I respect what you do, blah, blah, blah. Until it's their child and they disagree with something that happened with their child. Then all of a sudden, teachers get on my nerves. They just this, da, 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 da. They'll be the worst things in the world. You know what I mean? And so all I'm gonna say to people is keep that same energy. If you respect what I do and you know that what I do is hard work, respect that energy when it's your child. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all before, I got a parent right now that is dogging me. I mean, she is dogging me. Do you hear me? Like, her child can just do no wrong. The sun sets on that child's tail, but she in for a rude awakening because although her child is not a horrible person, but she's in for a rude awakening because she has her child on a pedestal, and it's a pedestal that nobody can live up to. But when people are trying to let her know that her child is not this perfect angel that she seems to think her child is, she don't want to hear it. So, hey, Jazzy G, what's up? Oh, see, look at that, Captivating Christian. You're getting rave reviews. Yes. Pop that cherry on a Saturday night. Pop, pop, pop. But yeah, so, the thing is, the story will play out. It's a local story, so I'm sure we're going to hear about it. It's unfortunate. I'm very familiar with the school where it took place. Like I was telling El Teddy, I even know one of the vice principals at the school. So it's a lot to it. It's very interesting. I normally don't drink soda, y'all, but this is the soda that I snuck into the movie theater with my snacks for the movie today. So I don't drink I very seldom drink sodas anymore. But for some reason, when I was buying my snacks for the movie, I picked up a soda instead of water. And now it's like too sweet. I don't drink sodas for a while now. It's kind of too sweet for me now. I work for the police department, and when people tell me thank you for your service, I roll my eyes and say, fuck you in my mind. Because exactly, it's the same person that you'll cuss. Exactly. And you know what, Shawnette, I feel the same way. It's one of those things where it's like, on one hand, it's like, thank you, but it's sort of like thank you with a question mark at the end, because yeah, you respect what I'm doing until I'm doing my job. You know what I mean? So you respect me being a teacher and, oh my gosh, I know it's such hard work and I could never do what you do. But then when I'm doing my job and I'm telling you that your child is failing my class, or that your child is cutting up, or that your child, then all of a sudden she don't know what the hell she talking about anyway. Well, she don't know about my child. What's she talking about my child for? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I don't understand about these parents. They believe their kids are shining stars as if they weren't once a child. Okay. My mama always took the teacher's side, basically telling us what grown person going to jeopardize their job trying to lie. You know what, Ariel dear, let me say this to you. when I've been teaching for this is my 21st year teaching. When I first started teaching, that is what the atmosphere was. If I called a parent and told a parent that their child was standing on the roof, that parent will believe what I said. Now, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? The parents did not question. And if I say, well, your child has to stay after school, or your child has to have this punishment, or this has to happen, or blah, 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 then there was just no question mark. There was just no question mark. And that is no longer the case now. Like, I find myself with each passing year, and I've been out of the classroom and I've gone back to the classroom. So I've been on both sides. I've been in administration. I've worked for the union. I've been an advocate for students with special needs. I've done different things. I haven't done 20 straight years in the classroom. This will be 20 years in education. So maybe I should say 20 years in education. So I see things through many different lenses, but at the end of the day, with each passing year, it's getting harder and harder because you have less and less, not only less and less parent support, but you have less and less community support. And stories like this don't help, because these are things that people go to whenever they want to talk about how teachers are this and teachers are that. These are the stories that they go to. Well, you know about that teacher that beat that child up. It doesn't matter whether that teacher done taught, 500 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many kids that teacher touched in a positive way. It's the one negative that they're going to dwell on. And again, don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying what that woman did. I'm not. If that's the video I saw, the teacher looked young, makes me feel away, because you're right. We don't know what happened prior. Yeah, I don't know what happened prior. Like I said, even what they're saying on, what the kids are saying on Twitter is different than what the news is reporting. So even with that, you don't know what really went down. But what I'm pretty certain of is that in both versions of the story, the student was out of line. I'm not saying it warranted the response that the student got, but in both versions of the story, the student was wrong. I mean, the student, how do I word that? The student had bad behavior. And again, I'm not defending that woman beating that child ass. I'm not defending that, because that woman did beat that child's ass. Yeah. Yeah, and let me tell y'all something. This story, my mother said that, this is my brother, my older brother, may he rest in peace, but my older brother was a hellion. My brother got in a lot of trouble, and he got to high school, and he basically was cutting school, like he wasn't going to class. And he came home with this report card that looked like, who did what where. It spelled Eddie. Okay. And he told my mama a bunch of stories about how the teacher was lying on him and they were wrong, and he was going to class, and he had all these stories. And my mama went up to the school to defend her baby. Got to the school ready, and my mother's not a rah-rah person, so she didn't go up there cussing nobody out. You understand what I'm saying? But she went up there with an attitude, ready to defend her child and get her child's grades changed, because she said this isn't right. And my mother said she went in there and they sat down and they pulled them records and they showed my mother how. Now, mind you, this was in the 80s, okay? So it wasn't all computerized, but they had the records to show my mother how many days my brother had missed and how many missing assignments he had, and this, that, and the other. And my mother said all she could say was, thank you, get up and walk out the room. And she said from that point forward, she never, ever took our word for anything without talking to the school first, because she was like, my child lied to me and set me up to go up there and look a fool. Had my mother been the kind of person that went up there rah-rah ready to cut somebody out, my mama would have looked like a plumb fool with my brother. And my brother was lying. You know what I'm saying? Child. Where I'm from, the parents are children themselves trying to raise kids, so therefore they really don't have respect. And Jazzy G, that has a lot to do with it. And that was something that I had to learn when I first started teaching. My first school was all Title I, low income. A lot of the kids, their parents were on public assistance. A lot of those urban issues, right? And that was one of the first things, because I mean, I'm not saying this to brag, but I grew up middle class. I went to private school my whole life. So certain things were foreign to me that I did not experience, that I didn't know. And that was one of the first things that I learned, Jazzy, was I was dealing with students who outside of school were the adults. And so it was hard for them to code switch when they came to school. It was hard for them to accept being told what to do. And it was hard for them to accept authority, because outside of those 8 hours that they spent in the building, they were the adults. They gave the orders. They raised their children. I will never forget, I had a student, this is my first year teaching. And I had a student who had been gone. She hadn't been in school for like 3 weeks. She finally came back to school. She was a smart kid, right? She wasn't dumb. She was a smart kid. She finally came back to school and she was asleep. And so I'm fussing at her, because y'all don't know no better. I'm a first year teacher. I'm still wet behind the ears. Hell, I ain't know no better. The way I handled it then, I would never do it this way. But this is how I handled it my first year teaching. I'm fussing at her. How you gonna be? Hey, Abby. Hey, boo. She said, I said, how you gonna be gone from school for 3 weeks and then you show up and you want to be sleeping in my class? You ain't gonna be sleeping in my class. You're gonna get up. You gotta make up work. You have work to do. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm fussing at this girl, right? She said, no, this was after school. I did have enough sense that I didn't do it in front of the class. I didn't do that. But I was fussing. Hey, Xavier. And she said to me, she just started crying, right? And so then I felt bad. I said, oh, God, I made this girl cry. I said, what's going on with you? That's how I should have started the conversation instead of fussing first. I should have started the conversation with, what's going on with you? She said, my mother's been gone for the last 3 weeks, and I've had to take care of my brothers and sisters. She was the oldest of like 5 or 6 kids. And they were like stair steps, right? So if she was in this 8th grade, 9th grade, because that's what I was teaching at the time, 8th or 9th grade. If she was in the 8th or 9th grade, she was the oldest. And the ages went down from there, all the way down to the youngest wasn't even in school yet. So not only did she have to get up and get her brothers and sisters ready to go to school, she couldn't come to school because there was nobody to watch the baby. And she said, my mother came home last night and we were up all night talking. Now, this is an 8th grader. Like I said, maybe 9th grade, because I don't know if she was a 9th grader. She was a 9th grader. Because I taught at a junior high. Back then, DC had junior high school. So the junior high went 7th, 8th, 9th grade instead of 6th, 7th, 8th, which is a middle school. But so she was a 9th grader. And so needless to say, that turned into a whole situation where, I ain't going to get into all of those details. But that was one of the hardest things I had to understand moving into, going into public school, not really having that as my background, is understanding what these kids are dealing with. And so, especially when you work in certain places, you work in urban, because rural environments have their own different set of issues. Like, rural doesn't mean rich. You know what I'm saying? So you are still dealing with certain issues surrounding poverty and surrounding socioeconomic challenges, but they're just different from urban challenges. And her mom was on drugs. I mean, point blank, her mom was on drugs and her mom was out on a bender and was probably laid up with some dude who was supplying her with all the drugs she wanted for the last 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, QI? How you doing, babe? I saw you were live earlier. I poked my head in for a few minutes, but I was running them streets, honey. I was running them streets, but I did see you alive talking about I saw you was talking about Terrence Howard or something about something dealing with Terrence Howard. Yeah, Abby, you be careful out there at the birthday party, honey. Abby is out running them streets. I hope she told Mama where she was gonna be. You told Mother? Mother knows where you are tonight, darling. Hanging out in them streets, being a bad girl. I had a friend that had to babysit, cook, clean, and discipline her siblings, and her mother had the nerve to have another baby. Our 8th grade year, I felt, yeah, I mean, and these were the things that, again, I had to learn as a teacher. This is stuff that they don't teach you in, well, I ain't gonna say they don't teach you, because depending on who your professor is, you might get those backstories, but it's certainly not in a book, and they might have them in books now because certain things they talk about now that they didn't talk about before. But, there are certain issues that you just deal with in in any school system. Like I said, my experiences have been urban, but in any school system, and definitely an urban school system. So, again, I'm not making any excuses for what went down in that classroom, but I certainly have seen situations where, like, I'll be honest with you, I was telling Mink earlier today, me and her, because we were talking about it earlier when we were at lunch. I mean, I have literally had to leave the building. Like, I literally have had situations where I have gone to my principal and said, I am leaving, because if I stay here, I'm going to lose my job. Like, I literally have had to do that. I have literally had to walk away because I'm still human. And I have emotions, and I can't cut it off and on. And just because a child is a child, I'm sorry, people make it seem real easy. It ain't always that easy. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I've never put my hands on nobody's child. I never have. But I have had to walk away. I absolutely have had to walk away. That's true. If someone is made to be an adult, but have to switch over to be a child, kids are still developing mentally. So it's hard for adults to code switch sometimes. So yeah, it's definitely hard for children to understand that code switch and that boundary. Well, congratulations that your kids are in college. That is good for them. Congrats. Sometimes the parents absent because they're a single parent and they have to work 3 jobs, so they're rarely home. Yes, valid. Very valid. I learned about a lot of different backgrounds once I went to college. Me too. When I went to college was when I realized that everybody didn't grow up like me. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know it in real time. I mean, like, personally. I didn't know it personally. Like, I'd seen stories, and I used to tell people all the time, like, I watched Oprah Winfrey and I saw stories on the TV and stuff like that, but it wasn't in my realm. You know what I'm saying? And once, like, when I went to college and I met people there was a young lady at my college who she was burned. Her face was burned. Her arms were burned. And when because she transferred in my freshman year, but she transferred in over, for second semester. So she wasn't there first semester. She came second semester, and she was a sweetheart. You know what I mean? She was a nice young lady. But what we found out, you saw that she was burned. So you thought, oh my gosh, she's a burn victim. Maybe she got caught in a house fire, blah, blah, blah. And then one day she shared her story with us. And I can't remember what the situation was or what the circumstances were that we were sharing these stories. That's the thing about going away to college. Dorm life, you get so much out of being in the dorm that you just don't get in the classroom. Like, I think every child should live on campus, but that's another story for another day. We were in the dorm and we were talking. She had tried to commit suicide, and she did it by setting herself on fire. And that is how she got burned. And I mean, so I had never had a friend that had tried to commit suicide, much less in such a violent way. And, she had to live with that the rest of her life. Every time she looked in the mirror, she had to live with that. And, of course, again, being an adult, I see it differently than as a child. You understand what I'm saying? When I was a child, because I was a child, in college, I started college when I was 17, so I was a damn child. Looking back on it, I certainly, we weren't ready for that story. You know what I'm saying? But you hear it. And so those were, I never dealt with that before. I met kids in college who were molested. I've met kids in college who were raped. I mean, some of my friends were raped while we were in college. We didn't know how to handle that. You know what I mean? I mean, we did the best we could as kids, because that's what we were. We were kids. But we didn't know how to handle all that goes with those adult things. Yes, QI, I'm gonna get off of that. QI, you're right. Them dogs be off the hook, honey. Ooh, them dogs be off the hook. And see, I didn't go to a co-ed school. I went to a single sex school. Now we had A&T right across the street though, honey. And I mean, I spent time in the boys' dorms playing spades. We played spades. We was playing cards. Let me see. Yeah, even with 2-parent households, I mean, I came from a 2-parent household, and both my parents had no less than 2 jobs growing up. My mom had both my parents worked for the government, and they both had side hustles. I mean, for as long as I can remember, my parents worked 2 jobs. Now, both of them, it was their own business, so to speak. Like my dad did masonry work, you know what I mean? Like concrete work, he would lay concrete, he would build, my father, build brick walls or build fences, cut down trees. He did that kind of stuff. So it was his own business, and he, set his own hours. So if my mom had an obligation, they would work out the schedule so that, but it was also 3 of us. And my brother is 8 years, well, he's passed now. My brother was 8 years older than me. So, I mean, they had a babysitter, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, but they had to work it out. Now, my mom's side hustle, my mother always sold something. So as long as I can remember, my mama sold something. She sold Mary Kay. She sold Prime America. I don't know if y'all know Prime America. It was A.L. Williams then, but it's Prime America now. And she did that for years. My mother sold like I said, it was A.L. Williams. My mother sold that for years. And, she traveled and everything else with that. But they worked it out, But you're right, QI. It's, even in a 2-parent household, depending on how I go down. In my 7th grade pre-AP algebra class, my teacher walked out and never came. That's not funny. It's not funny because I know teachers who have done it. I know teachers who have quit. They have picked up their purse or their bag and never came back. Never came back. We had this one teacher one time, y'all. She was one of them. Let me say this to y'all now. I have very little respect for Teach for America. So let me preface my story with that. She was a Teach for America teacher, right? And you know how teachers come back. Y'all might not know, but L. Teddy, Lady T, any other educators in the room, y'all know what I'm saying. Teachers come back before school starts. You get your class list. You set up your classroom. You sit through dumbass meetings about shit that you ain't never going to have to hear again. All that stuff. And so, one thing about teachers, when they get the class list, the first thing they do is ask other teachers, have you had this student? What's up with this student? What do you know about this student? Da, 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 da. So this particular teacher, she got her class list, and she was a new teacher, first-year teacher. She got her class list, and we call ourselves helping her by telling her information about her students. And we didn't tell her a bunch of bad stuff. Like, we didn't say, oh, he bad as hell. Like, we didn't do that. But we were just trying to give her information about her students. Baby, she set her classroom up. And the way we did it, like the last teacher work day was that Friday, and then school started on that Monday. Baby, she sent the principal an email over the weekend and said, thank you, but no thank you. And her ass never showed up. Do you hear me? And he never came to school, child. Whoo. Oh, Lord, y'all had to call the principal's office and say, ma'am, you might want to get down here because there is no teacher, child. I worked in education and noticed the parents are young themselves. Parents bearing in their teens and single family homes oftentimes lend to low income for generations. Sometimes they pull themselves up. There are definitely different factors. Definitely different factors. Yes, honey, playing spades. That's what I did in the dorm. I played spades. That was the only reason why I was there. We was playing spades and studying. Yeah, we was studying. When I lost my grandmother, I found out while in front of my class teaching. I only made it through her death coming to school teaching those past kids every day. Yeah, people deal with death differently. They deal with it differently. My senior year in high school, half of us were depressed because of things with our parents. I had to go live in my grandmother's apartment because my dad, Shawnette, that's terrible. I'm sorry. Oh, QI, you know about that Prime America life, baby. And my mama, let me tell you something about my mama. My mama is a hustler. Like, my mama is a hustler. My mama, my mother kept business cards. And when I tell you she would recruit everywhere we went, my mama was recruiting people for her. Like I said, it was A.L. Williams back there for her A.L. Williams team. And we were at the grocery store. She talked to the person in front of us in line, the person behind us in line, and the cashier. If we went to the bank, if we went to the shoe store, if anywhere we went, my mama was recruiting people for her Prime America team. And my mother made money with Prime. My mother still gets checks from Prime America. And my mother ain't sold Prime America since I was in college. So it's been over 20 years. Did I just tell my age? I did. Yes, my mother stopped selling Prime America when my sister graduated from high school. She was like, yeah, and I'm done. And unfortunately, now she gets a check because somebody passed away. Somebody that she sold a policy to has passed away, and it's somehow it's set up that she still gets commission. But my mama still get checks, honey. Hey, Cynthia Hammonds, how you doing? Your Nana did Avon. I did Avon. I did Avon. I've actually done Avon a couple of times. I did it in college. But college, I quickly learned that college students don't have no damn money, so that didn't work out. Then I did it when I came back home. I did it when I was working, and let me tell you something. I made good money with Avon when I worked at when I was working at the junior high, the same school I was telling you guys about, because I could put those. I stopped liking Avon when everything switched over to the online, and I know for some people they like it that way. I don't like it that way, but neither here nor there. When I got the new books, I would put a book in all of the teachers' mailbox with an order form. And they would just put the order forms back in my mailbox. And when I would put my orders in, and when the orders came back, I would walk in the door with boxes of Avon orders. In my classroom, I had this nice walk-in closet in my classroom, and I would leave the orders in my classroom because, let's be real, the teachers didn't have their money until payday. But I knew it. I knew that it wasn't going to pay me until pay. Well, most of them, not all of them. But I knew most of them was going to give me my money on payday. But I also knew I was going to get my money. We worked there. I know when you get paid, get my money. But and it was easy breezy because I didn't have to work. I didn't have to work at it. I had a stamp, honey. I would stamp those books sitting in front of the TV. I put a order form, and I would slide them books right on in. And then, people at church, the same thing. I would go to church and I passed out my books. And by the end of church, honey, they was giving me their orders. That was good. But then when everything switched over to the online, my customers were not online people. You know what I'm saying? They were personal. It just got to be too much. I had to let it go. Had to let it go. Those badass kids never let me grieve and made me keep my sanity. Is what was the toughest period of my life. Yeah, I know how close you were. I know in hindsight, I didn't know in real time because I didn't know you then, but I know how close you were to your grandmother, so I'm sure that was hard. Child, don't get me started on Teach for America. That's another story for another day, honey. You might hear El Teddy and I have that conversation in future, somewhere in the near future, honey. Because, baby, honey, my uncle drove the bus for the county, and that's the rural areas in Kentucky, child. He left the kids. Your uncle left the kids on the bus and got a ride home. to me. Your uncle left the kids on the bus and got a that is fucking hilarious to me. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Do you know how funny that? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Q, I got a spanking in school. I went to Catholic school, so my mama told them nuns they could spank me, and I got a spanking in front of the whole class. I think I was eating paper or something. I don't remember what I was doing. I got my mouth washed out with soap. I remember that in kindergarten. Now, I don't know what I said, but I remember that soap in my damn mouth. I don't know, to this day, I do not know what I said. But it was probably something bad because, like I told you, my brother was 8 years older than me, and I used to try to imitate my brother. And my brother, so when I was in kindergarten, my brother was like in the 7th or 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he was cussing, and I was probably repeating what he said. I'm sure I said something inappropriate, but I remember getting my mouth washed out with soap, honey. Whew. Oh yeah, if you went to an HBCU and you didn't learn how to play spades, then you ain't do it right. I already knew how to play spades before I got to an HBCU. I learned the art of cheating at an HBCU. I ain't know nothing about cheating at spades until I got to an HBCU, honey. Oh, Lord. Your uncle, that thing tickled me. Your uncle left the kids and got a ride. I think it wasn't so bad that he left the kids. He got a ride. He left the kids and got a ride home. Woo! Y'all just don't know how fun that thing is. Funny to me. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. Tupperware pie. You know what? I think did my mother sell Tupperware at one time? I have to ask her. I don't remember if she did or not. I have to ask her. I remember my mother going to Tupperware parties, but I don't know if she ever sold Tupperware. But my mother sold. I remember her selling Mary Kay because I used to be her little helper. And I would help her set up her little stuff and all that. I remember her selling Mary Kay. And before that, she sold something before that, but I was like a baby. I don't remember. But she said it used to be called like Night Magic or something. But it was Mary Kay, but it was like a smaller company. And then she also sold insurance. It was a company called Franklin. And so she sold insurance for them. I'm telling you, my mama was a hustler. And even after my mother retired, my mother still, you know what my mother does now? My mother, when she feels like it, she'll work the conventions. Y'all ever go to a convention and they have the greeters there and the pages or the ushers, and it's like older people that tell you the direction and where the room is and all of that? My mother does that at the convention center in DC when she feels like it. And she works the polls. You know how when you go to vote and the people at the table look up your name and give you your ballot and all that? My mother does that. My mama, she still works. She keep a job. Now, my daddy, on the other hand, said, I'm retired. But you know what my father did? My father was on the grand jury for like 2 years. You know, you get picked for the grand jury, you only meet like once a week or twice a week. And my dad, he did that for like 2 years. And it was a good little piece of change because he was retired. So he got whatever the regular pay was. He didn't get that amended pay you get when you have a job and you get jury duty. And it wasn't every day. And my dad liked stuff like that. Like me and my dad talk a lot. We both love politics. We both love history. We love the law and stuff like that. So he was in heaven. He used to love that thing. He loved it. He stopped doing it. I think he just got tired of it, but he did it for 2 years. He was on the grand jury for 2 years. But honey, oh gosh. Oh Lord. What did it say? Yes, ma'am, called most of the parents because he knows everybody in the town of 200 people. Oh, so he knew. You know what? I'm mad, Yanni, that he knew the kids and still left their ass. He could have took the kids home and then quit. He called him and was like, yeah, I left your badass kids on the corner of Route 1 and 72. Yeah, go get them. You better get there quick. Because he called him because he knew him. That made it worse. He knew him and still left their asses. He knew him and he still. I don't know why I'm so tickled. That thing has me dying. El Teddy, you sold them knives door to door, child. My little niece sold those knives one summer, and I bought one, and I bought a bottle. I mean, like a wine bottle opener. Those things is expensive. I only did it to support her, but good Lord, googly boogly. How you cheated spades? Oh, there are ways, honey. There are ways. Child. Well, first of all, you can talk across the board. If you play with the same person long enough, y'all got signals, y'all have code words, y'all have ways of saying things to let you know what's what. That's first of all. Second of all, when you cut, and you know all them little fancy cuts that people do. Y'all know them little cuts that they made up. You know where they can flip the card over and all that. Child, it's ways. It's ways. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a cheater, and I don't like playing with people who cheat. I really don't. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's fun. I don't like playing with people who cheat. So if I find out you cheat, I'll just stop playing with you. I really don't. Now every once in a while, little stuff might go down, but all of that, it just takes the fun out of it for me. Because I mean, I'm gonna talk trash and I'm gonna win, but if I lose, I lose. Oh gosh, Jazzy said, I understand your uncle. I was a bus aide, and those kids are too much, especially the special needs. Well, they can't help it. Oh, well, I didn't do it right. I have no deal on how to play any card game outside of solitaire. Oh Lord, little baby, yeah, you ain't do it right, baby. You ain't do it right. You ain't do it right. You ain't do it right, girl. Oh, spades at the student union. QI. That's what it gave. At A&T, baby. That old student union. A&T has a new student union, which is beautiful. Oh my gosh. But that old student union, baby. It went down at the student union. Oh, Lord. Southern Baptist Convention. That's where you went. So, is that where you went to school? Southern Baptist? No, you went to Benedict, right? QI, you went to Benedict College, right? Oh, Lord, your uncle called the police. Yanni, your uncle funny. I need to see this man. He is hilarious to me. Please tell him that I have cracked up and he has a fan, okay? Yes, ma'am, on Route 7. Yes, at the corner of Route 7 and 62. Come get your kids. Come get your kids. Oh, that thing. I need you to know that made my night. I can shut this live off. That thing made my night. Oh, El Teddy, shut up. I'll flip over some tables and stuff too, but I just don't like playing with people who cheat. I really don't. And I think I got that from my mother, because my mother do the same thing. My mother will not play with you if you cheat. My mother knows how to play. My mother knows how to play cards. We're a card family. We play bid, whist, pinochle, spades, all of it. But my mother will not, if she see you cheat. When I was a kid, my mother would be like, I don't play with cheaters. And I think I just picked that up from her. Wait a minute, Xavier, I missed your, okay. I tried to sell knives, but they said I was going to get paid as long as I did presentations. So I decided to set up a whole bunch of presentations with no intent of actually selling. But they kept calling me in for those rep development meetings, and I just quit. I understand, child. Oh, you went to Tougaloo. Okay. All right. I don't know why I thought you went to Benedict. I don't know, because I thought I heard you on a live, but I must have heard it wrong. And Captivating Christian, you can see El Teddy's little spoiled ass flipping tables. You can. Pouting and shit. The older men that taught me, hey, senses and comment, taught me how to play bid whist, would hit their ring on the table as a signal to indicate when they were out of a suit. See, it's ways of cheating. It's ways of cheating, honey. When you said your mom worked the conventions, reminded me of grandma. Oh, the Southern convention, the Southern Baptist, yes, honey. And DC always got a convention. It's the convention center. So that's why I said she worked when she felt like working. At this point, my mama worked for her casino money. Okay, She worked for her casino money because her, my dad, and my aunt, they make it to the casino at least once a month. That's at least. And now that we have the casinos right here, oh man. But my parents, you know what's funny? My mom and them, they still go to the other casinos, even though we have a casino like right here. They'll still go to West Virginia or Delaware. You know what I'm saying? They still go to the casinos that are up a little bit further out. I talk mess, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, let me tell you something. I could have the worst hand known to mankind in bid whist. Okay, I could have all 4 suits, and every card could be the 6 through the 10 with no ace, no joker, no nothing, and I'm gonna still talk shit. Please know that. You know, I'm gonna talk shit. Okay, Jazzy, thanks for coming through, babe. Yes, you know, yes, yeah. I'm gonna talk that talk now. I'm gonna talk some trash now. I'm gonna talk some trash. That's what we're gonna do. Honey. Ooh, that thing. Ooh, that thing is funny to me. I'm just picturing that man parking that bus, getting off the bus, calling for a ride, and on his way home, calling them parents, telling them to go get their kids. Whew. Hey, Reason in this key. How you doing, baby? Oh, I tried to play space, but that shit got on my nerves. Just tell me stick to my Uno. Oh, Lord. Oh. Well, shut the hell up, El Teddy, because I already know you talk shit. I ain't fooling with you. Hey, Aaron. Well, thank you. How you doing, boo? He said, hey, gorgeous. All right. How you doing, boo? Oh, I will bid a no trump without an ace in my hand. Hold on. Just to make the other team bid. Oh, absolutely. That's what you're supposed to do. Let me tell you something. I will bid a no. That is my favorite bid. I will bid a no. And it's funny. My family know it. They know what I'm going. They know what I'm giving. They know what I'm giving. I'm gonna take a 5. I'm taking a 5. No, honey. Let me tell you something. That's my favorite bid of no's. My child. I'm with you on that one since it's a comment. That's my favorite bid. Oh, for captivating Christian, I will teach you how to play bid whist. I'll teach you, boo. I'll teach you. If you know how to play spades, you can play bid whist is easy. Bid whist is easy. Well, thank you for uploading the photo. I appreciate it. Look at you. Let me see if I can look. You are a little cutie now. You a little cutie there, Aaron. I can see them kids. Look. Ooh, I can see those kids' faces, honey. Child, you made me. I'm telling that story. That thing cracked me up. Girl, you just don't know. That thing, I'm telling that story. Oh, I'm telling that story. Your uncle gonna be the star of Thanksgiving because I'm telling that story, honey. No, El Teddy, captivating Christian. By the time you get here, he gonna already know how to play bid whist because I'm gonna teach him. Spades is your game. Yeah, let me tell you something. The thing about spades. Once you learn how to play bid whist, you won't want to play spades. Like, I'll play spades if the only people that know how to play spades, but bid whist is my choice. And it's like, I tell people all the time, it's like going from checkers to chess. Bid whist and spades, it's the same general concepts, but the strategy and, they're obviously nuances. Like, in checkers, obviously, the object of the game is to get your pieces to the other side of the board. But in chess, it's the same thing. You're trying to capture the queen, but then all the different pieces move differently in their strategy. It's more strategy involved, if that makes sense. That's how I always try to compare people who, if you know how to play spades, you can play bid whist because the premise is the same. There are just some nuances, and it's a lot of strategy. It's a lot more strategy. Because in spades, you just got to get your can and hope you got spades. If you get dealt a hand when you don't have any spades, you just get in where you fit in. But in bid whist, you basically are building a hand. If you're built a bunch of clubs, you can make clubs trump, and then you have the advantage. You just got to win the bid. Oh, El Teddy, don't be. See, there you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah, because you got to talk. What's up, Simone? What's up, girl? Simone in the house. You don't know how to play bid whist, Simone, girl. You got to learn how to play some bid whist, girl. So, Simone, I'm going to end this live with this because I'm not going to tell y'all because we're going to have the conversation. I keep telling y'all on Lady Nika's platform. Again, once we confirm the date and the time, I will post it on my community wall. But I went to go see Harriet today. Hey, Danny. Yeah, Danny know I talk shit. She know I play cards, and she know. And I'm a shit talker. Hey, Danny, you weren't in here to it's cool. You weren't in here the other day when we were talking about Monopoly, and I was telling them how me and my college best friend, we would have those marathon Monopoly games. And back then you didn't have cell phones where you could take a picture, but we would leave the board and we would write down whose go it was and how much we would have, how much money each person had and all of that, and leave the board the same. You know who I'm talking about. Now you're talking about flipping tables. Oh, I will flip a Monopoly board. Oh, when it comes to Monopoly, I will flip a Monopoly board. Let me look like I'm about to. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm bratty when it comes to Monopoly. Card games, I can take losing in stride. But Monopoly, I can't. I am horrible with Monopoly. Horrible. Do you hear me? Now, I will flip a table. I will flip a Monopoly board. In a minute. In a New York minute. I will flip a Monopoly. Matter of fact, Leandra has pictures. She has taken pictures of the aftermath after I have flipped the Monopoly board. Yes, she has. When it comes to Monopoly, yes, reasoning is key. Now, I'm a good loser. That didn't come out right because I'm not a good loser. But I can take losing in stride with other things. But Monopoly is something about Monopoly I just can't. I will flip a board. Leandra has pictures. Leandra's our other big sister. Leandra has pictures of me flipping the table. El Teddy, look, this is what I'm going to tell you, El Teddy. We probably are not going to have time to actually sit down and have a Monopoly game when you come out here to visit because, you got a lot of stuff going on. But the next time we meet up, it's on. It's me and it's you and Monopoly. Let's make it do what it do. Now, I play a mean game of Uno now. You know what I found out? You know what my students, look, this tell me how old I am. You know what my students showed me the other day? So look, right, I was covering the class for a teacher. And how do I put this nicely? The kids weren't doing shit. I'm just going to go on and say it. The kids weren't doing shit. And you can play Captivating Christian. You can play Boo. You can play. But they were like going, like all of them were on their phone, but I could tell they were doing something collective, but I didn't know what they were doing. Come to find out, they were all playing Uno. Did y'all know on your iPhone, right? If they have a thing called iMessage on iPhone. Now, if y'all know this, that just lets you know how old I am. They have this thing called iMessage through your texting. Now, I knew you could do certain things through the texting. I know how to do emojis, GIFs and all that, GIFs, whatever the fuck. I know how to do all that stuff. But what I didn't know is that you could play games with other iPhone users through your iMessage, the same as your text messaging, but you can only do it with other iPhone users. So all of them were playing Uno. Baby, I got in that Uno game so fast. They was mad at me. But it was a group of seniors. It was like a senior seminar class. They don't do nothing in that damn class, no way. We had ourselves a good time, honey. And I learned something new. I didn't know nothing about that iMessage stuff. I didn't know you could play games with each other through iMessage. I never knew that. You never played a game of Uno and not cheated? I believe you too. You're such a cheater. Danny, don't do that. I agree. It should say Monopoly taught you how to bank and say, oh yeah, Monopoly. There's definitely some good lessons for Monopoly. We do like an abbreviated Monopoly game when I'm teaching the kids. We actually just passed that unit when I'm teaching my students about monopolies. When we're talking about, the robber barons, and how they created these monopolies and stuff like that. We do a very quick abbreviated thing. Because obviously we don't have time to play a real Monopoly game and all that good stuff. We do a quick abbreviated little situation. Oh my gosh, y'all. You beat people down, Captivating Christian? Oh Lord. So me, you, and El Teddy are all sore losers trying to play Monopoly. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be fun and interesting all at the same time. I love Monopoly. We did have a good time on long weekends. Yes, we did. What was that when we got, y'all were snowed in over Sherry and Leandra's house. I just came over to visit. When we got that snowstorm and y'all stayed at Sherry and Leandra's apartment, y'all left the dorm. Honey. You have Sailor Moon Monopoly? Oh, wow. You know what? For a while, because I loved the Monopoly so much, people thought I wanted to collect Monopoly games. So for like a while, people just kept giving me Monopoly games. Like my sister gave me, my best friend. So I have like 5 or 6 Monopoly games. Now don't get me wrong, it's cool. But I was just like, what made y'all think I wanted to start collecting Monopoly games? Because I love Garfield. If y'all ever want to get on my good side, Garfield is the way to do it. I love Garfield. My students, like my classroom used to be Garfield. When I taught in the middle school, my classroom used to have Garfield all over the place. I had Garfield border for my bulletin boards. I had Garfield everything. And so my students used to buy me Garfield stuff. So then I had even more Garfield. I love Garfield. That is my man. That little cat, I love that thing. I still got a bunch of Garfield stuff, and I don't even buy Garfield stuff anymore. And I still have a bunch of Garfield stuff. But anyway, y'all want to know a secret? I sleep with a Garfield doll in my bed. It's the Garfield that my grandmother gave me. So it's old, it's raggedy, but it's mine. Anyway, so I have a Garfield Monopoly, regular Monopoly. I got Monopoly Here and Now. I have a DC Monopoly. I have a Redskins Monopoly. I have a Harry Potter Monopoly. So I was just like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You said I'm trying to figure out how people have the energy to fight after games. Yeah, I don't do the debit card. I have it, but I don't like it. Oh, it's on sale at Urban Outfitters. Okay, because I like Sailor Moon. The cheating scandal of 1990. Let me tell you something. She did cheat. Leandra cheated. Leandra is a cheater. Did you not? You didn't know Leandra is a cheater. Leandra is a cheater. I just got to catch her. She cheated. Oh, she cheated. You got bored with Monopoly and quit. You play the iPhone games, Captivating Christian. For real. Oh, man, you gotta play play Uno together. For real, Captivating Christian. We gotta work it out. Stop it, El Teddy taking money out of the bank. I know El Teddy cannot be. You trying to get the Game of Thrones? I saw the Game of Thrones Monopoly. I saw it at Barnes and Noble, I think. Barnes and Noble. I think I saw that at Barnes and Noble. Yeah, Captivating Christian. El Teddy cannot be the banker when we play Monopoly. Just so you know, he cannot. Absolutely. And you can't even sit near the money. You knew she was a cheater. Exactly. Danny, Leandra, and I will tell this to her face. Leandra is a cheater. She cheats. Okay, Captivating Christian. Okay, we're gonna hook it up. Me and you gonna be playing some Monopoly. We're gonna play some Monopoly. We're gonna work it out. We'll work it out. We'll in that part, yeah, we'll inbox each other. We'll work it out. See, El Teddy can't play with us because El Teddy got a Droid. He hates iPhones. But I bet you he's going to be jealous when he find out that me and you playing Uno. He going to be in his feelings. You'll be the professional accountant. You'll be the banker. I trust you, Danny. I don't trust that Leandra. No. She knows she be cheating. She knows she be cheating. But I did not know that, y'all. So I learned something. See, my students teach me stuff all the time. They laugh at me. So I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes because I have a couple of videos that I need to drop. I'm gonna drop my Love and Hip. I keep saying Love and Hip Hop. My Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm gonna drop that tonight, and I think I'm gonna drop my Real Housewives of Dallas because that's gonna be a quick review because the episode this week was boring as hell and ain't nothing happened. So that ain't gonna take me long. So I'll probably drop those before I go to bed. Don't forget, y'all, that tomorrow, El Teddy, y'all know he does his football picks. So be looking for those. If you do fantasy football or FanDuel or anything like that, y'all make sure y'all check out his picks. I've been actually tracking his picks. El Teddy, you stupid. Anyway, and Captivate Christian, you stupid too, talking about some Shondo. But I've actually been tracking his picks, and he's been pretty spot on. His percentage rate, I would say up until this point for the season, I would put his percentage rate somewhere between 80 to 90%. You know, he's pretty good. He's pretty on point. So y'all be looking for I call him like he my bookie every Sunday morning. I call him and be like, all right, what we doing? What we going with? What's up? What's up? Who we picking this week? Who we picking? And I listen to him, y'all, and I've been happy more than I've been not happy. So y'all look for that in the morning. He's gonna drop his picks if you do the whole football thing. And then I believe El Teddy, you're gonna go live tomorrow as well. You're gonna go live. Oh, Simone, we're gonna get there in a second. We'll get girl. Not sure if Ebby's gonna go live tomorrow. Ebby is out partying like it's her birthday right now. Y'all know baby brother Jay the Nerd has been dropping a lot of pop culture stuff, a lot of in the news type stuff. So y'all check him out. I'm not sure what his next couple of videos are gonna be, but I'm sure he's gonna be dropping something tomorrow. So y'all check him out. I may or may not go live, but if I go live, it'll be in the evening. It'll be after football. Well, after the 4:00 game, before the 8:00 game, somewhere in that middle range, I'll probably go live if I go live tomorrow. You wanted to watch Love in Huntsville? Okay, so you are gonna go live tomorrow. Okay, so El Teddy's gonna go live after he sometime in early, like the midday, like around, well, he'll go live, y'all. He's gonna go live tomorrow. I don't want to put a time on him in case it doesn't happen around that time, but he's gonna go live tomorrow. Love in Huntsville drives me crazy. Those men except Maurice is tolerable and over Melody screaming divorce. You know, the thing about Love in Huntsville, Love and Marriage Huntsville, it wouldn't be so bad if we didn't know so much of what was going on in social media. And you know, James Caldwell, James does not follow a lot of these people on social media of the shows that he reviews for that exact reason, because it does ruin stuff. Because this whole Maurice Melody getting a divorce storyline would be believable because Melody is selling it if we did not know that they're still together and all over social media bunned up. Like, but the fact that you talking about I want a divorce and it's over and we know y'all still together, it's sort of anticlimactic because it's like, do you really though? You know, and Marceau, as much as Marceau is a caveman with his, you know, I don't want my wife to work, she stay home, take care of kids, I bring home food. I still like him. I like Marceau. I do. I like Marceau. I don't want to like Marceau, but I do. But you know what I like about Marceau? Marceau can laugh at himself because, you know, Marceau has reached out to myself and to random TV reviews, you know, and we ain't always nice to them, but you know, they're cool. Behind the scenes, they're cool. I actually reached out to Kimmy when I was in Nashville last April. Because we've DM'd a couple of times on Instagram, and I actually, because Huntsville is only about 2 hours from Nashville, And I was trying to get down there. I hit her up on a DM. I said, hey, I said, if I can get to Huntsville, would you want to meet up for lunch? I said, I was like, I ain't no stalker or nothing. But we had been talking and she watched my reviews. She knew who I was. And she was like, sure, I would love to. And then Random TV Reviews had reached out to them when we were trying to get to the reunion. They did a reunion. And we were trying to go to the reunion. I don't know if it was a closed set or we just wasn't invited. But they were like, Maurice, Marceau, Letitia, and Kimmy were like, when y'all come to town, we hanging out. We want to hang out with y'all. And, talking to Random TV Reviews and to me. So they're cool people. They're real cool people. But yeah, I'm almost certain there's going to be a season 3. Because the show has been so successful. So I'm almost certain, well, technically this is still season 1. They just did a part 1, part 2 kind of thing. But technically, I believe there's going to be a season 3. So we'll see how that work out, honey. Kimmy, again, from what she has shown me, she always retweets my reviews. She always likes my reviews. And like I said, me and her have talked on DM a few times, and she's a sweetheart. But she'll send me messages and say, I really enjoyed your review. Or even if, because there's been a couple of times I've had to, Kimmy, and she'll say, good review. You know what I mean? So Marceau, Kimmy, Maurice, and Letitia, they don't take themselves too seriously with this. The hosts, though, they take it to another level. Child, Shawnette, he is very much still with that side piece. I got some inside information on that. I can't reveal my sources, but trust me, he's very much still with that side piece. And I know that for a fact. She wasn't going to leave that funny shaped ear Martell. That's also the reason it makes it hard to believe. Right. You yelling divorce, but then like tonight's episode, they're going to be doing the gender reveal for the baby. Now, it's not the baby's fault that he was conceived or he or she was conceived in the midst of y'all's bullshit. But I'm not getting ready to sit here and smile for the camera and be doing gender reveals and stuff with the man that I'm about to divorce. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Volvo to Love, I didn't talk about the movie because we're going to do a panel on Lady Nika, but I did see the movie. And all I'm going to say is that I have very distinct opinions about it. And y'all just going to have to wait. Because I don't want to say it all here and then when we get on the panel. So we're going to discuss it on the panel. And we should be discussing it in the next couple of days. Simone, did you bootleg it yet? Did you get your bootleg yet? You know what? Letitia's been getting on my nerves this season. I don't dislike Letitia, but she really getting on my nerves this season because she playing dumb and she's not. She's not dumb. She's not dumb at all, but she's playing dumb. Girl, all right, I'm about to watch, like literally as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to watch the episode. So my review is going to drop I'm going to do my review before I go to bed. Okay, so you ready? You good to go? Okay, because I texted Lady Nika earlier today to let her know that I saw the movie, and I know she's still recovering. So I told her whenever she's ready, I'm ready. And so she said she was going to text. She said she's going to text me later on the day, but I'll probably talk to her tomorrow. So when we'll get it together. So hopefully you guys in the next couple of days, we're going to get that done, and we'll have a great conversation about it. I know how Lady Nika felt about the movie. I know how Simone felt before she even watched the movie. So we're going to see what kind of conversations we're going to have. So Vovo, you're going to have to just meet me over at Lady Nika's channel so you can get the inside scoop, honey, the inside scoop. All right, y'all. It's been 1 hour and 20 minutes. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Thank you, Captivating Christian, as always. Mwah to you. My little sister Danny in the room, baby. Thanks, QI content creator. Y'all check QI out if you're not already checking her content out. She's gonna give you that conscious viewpoint on things, that conscious opinion on things. Y'all check her out. Well, do what Simone did, Danny. Do what Simone did, honey. Find you, because I'm sure it's on the Fire Stick. If you got a special Fire Stick, you know what I'm saying. Captivating Christian, I told you guys before, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my boo, Captivating Christian. He's going to give you that political breakdown, honey, and give it to you better than MSNBC. El Teddy, y'all know what El Teddy gives. The House of Debauchery. Y'all go ahead and check him out tomorrow. Let me see what any other content creators drop through. Abby Reviews, as always, y'all know we trying to get Abby to her 1,000 subscribers. So if you are not already subscribed to Abby Reviews, y'all go ahead and check her out, please. Y'all go on over there and hit that subscribe button and see what she giving. She gonna give you makeup reviews, and she does story times and lives and stuff like that too. So, and she reviews a lot of web series, but she reviews shows as well. I think I saw Raphael Hardick come through earlier. He's a content creator as well. I'm trying to scroll up and make sure I get everybody. All right, you guys, but thank you everybody for coming through. It was a good conversation. We had a little bit of fun, a little light. We ain't want to talk about the drama that's going on, honey. We don't talk about none of the drama that's going on. And we just going to enjoy our evening. You welcome, Trinette. Y'all know, thank Yania for them laughs, because that story about her uncle took me out. Okay? Well, Simone, I ain't fooling with you. So I can't wait to talk to you. I cannot wait. Oh, Lady T was in here earlier too. Y'all check Lady T out. Lady TEA. Y'all check her out too. But Simone, I can't wait to talk to you. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you. Oh, you have Apple TV? Okay, well, I couldn't tell you nothing about how to do nothing on Apple TV. I ain't got. I just learned how to play the game through my iMessage on my iPhone. So I know I don't know nothing about no Apple TV. I don't know nothing about it. You are, but I love you. I love you already, Simone. You funny to me, girl. I can't wait to talk to you, girl. I can't wait to talk to you. You a teacher. You needed that, girl. Okay, see? Don't we need a little bit of exhaling on the weekend, honey. A little exhale for you, girl. All right, y'all. Everybody enjoy your Saturday night. Thanks for spending a little bit of it with me. And I will see y'all over to El Teddy's place. We're going to play in his room a little bit tomorrow.